Hello, friends! How are we all feeling on this wonderful Tuesday? I had to double check for a second that it was Tuesday. I don't know why, but it feels like it's been a minute since I streamed, but I guess, I think my schedule's just so packed right now with, all the changes that I've had with school lately that a lot has just been packed into, the 5 days since I last streamed or whatnot. Let me go through and say hi to some of our friends that are here with us tonight. First off, hello, Alex. And Alex has a wonderful reminder for all of us, which is to make sure that your chat is changed to live chat, not top chat, so that you don't miss out on any of the comments from any of our wonderful friends here. Thank you, Alex, for the reminder. It's much appreciated. Hi, Savannah. Welcome in. Hi, Jade. Hi, Margot. Oh, drive safe, Margot. Hi, Saoirse. Oh, Taste of Bliss on Amazon. Check it out. Alex, yep. Hope you have safe travels. Hi, Miley. Welcome in, friends. All right. Well, tonight I think I'm going to switch back to more of some red pen editing. I have done a little bit more editing and I've worked on my map a little bit more. My map is still ever evolving. I think it's going to be, and this isn't a map of my whole, how do I put this? This is just a map of one space in my story. But it's utilized a lot in different chapters throughout the story. And I think it's going to have to evolve as I'm editing. I actually have a whole notes layer that where I'm just adding kind of notes on what needs to be accounted for within the space, because it needs to be able to function for several different activities. So anyways, it's a living document, basically. It's going to just chill up there on the screen and I may move it and make some changes here and there. But for the most part, I want to refocus down here on the page for now, because I was kind of working through chapter 12 over the weekend, and I do still feel that there's a lot that I can mark up without having this done. I just can't revise it yet without that done, if that makes sense. When I go to revise and actually retype the chapter, I'll need that done. But for now, I think it needs to stay a living document. So I'm kind of going back and forth through a lot of different stuff within my story tonight, to be honest. Hi, Is said, hopefully I'll be able to write tonight, but I'm sick once again. Oh no, I feel like there's a lot of stuff going around, honestly. We're definitely thinking of you and we hope you get well soon, You know it, girlfriend. Jade said, I'm at 1,000 words for the day, but trying to hit 2,500 because I like setting unrealistic goals. Listen, I don't think that's unrealistic for you, Jade, because we're going to make it happen tonight, right, friend? We're going to make it happen. Hi, Christina. Welcome in. Margot said, when I get home, I think I'm going to work on annotating draft 4. I think I'm going to let my query materials rest. Nice. Yeah, it's probably, I think with anything, it's probably a good idea to just what do they say? To just let it rest a little bit and then return. So I probably should have let this rest more before going into revise, but I couldn't help it. Oh, no worries, Beth. Happy to have you here, by the way. Hi, Beth. Sutra said, I'm adding a scene to book 2, so hoping I can finish that today, but also I need to make dinner soon. No worries. Yeah, this first one may end up being a dinner spit for a few people. That's totally fine. It said, I haven't wrote since last Tuesday, so hope I can get at least 200. Oh yeah, you could get at least 200. Even while sick, I have faith. You could totally make that happen. Hi, Day! Welcome in. So happy to see you. So many great friends in the chat tonight. Beth said, I'm taking the finished red pen edit and transcribing it into a new draft document, adding in the changes as I go. Oh, so exciting. I'm so jealous. I'm way behind. I need to hustle up. Miley said, oh, I also need to eat, but then I'm working on a big personal project. That's exciting. Ooh, the suspense. That's pretty cool, Wiley. But make sure you still make time to eat. I know you would tell us the same thing, all of us the same thing. Let's see, Day said I'm working on book 2's outline today. Oh, so exciting. I love the outlining phase. I mean, I've only experienced so many phases, so it's easy for me to say that the outlining phase is my favorite, but I really love the outlining phase. So, oh, that's awesome. What a great time to be in. Hi, Bree. Welcome in, friend. You're just in time to join us for the wheel. We're going to go right into it today, guys, because like many of you, I am eager to get some work done for sure. So you all know the drill. Go ahead and take about the next 5 seconds to drop your guesses in the chat as to which increment of time the wheel will land on. If anybody hits the nail on the head, we will spam the chat with gold stars in their honor, and then I will fetch them a nice little trophy over on the main screen. Day said, I also love outlining. The discovery phase is so fun. Yeah, 100%. 100% agree. I'm actually kind of excited to reverse outline this once I'm done marking it up. I don't think it'll change too much, honestly, from my original outline, but I'm excited to like take another look at it from an outlining perspective and just see if there's anything else I want to like slot into the story, you know? Where he said, guys, I made sourdough brownies today. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know sourdough brownies were a thing. That sounds great, Bree. Sounds awesome. All right. Doom. Doom diddy doom. And don't worry, Radiantly Mars. By the way, welcome in, Radiantly Mars. We honestly, I could be wrong. Okay, and I could jinx us, but I feel like typically we tend to get like a shorter sprint on the front end. So I'm guessing somewhere in the 30s. So we'll have plenty of yapping after the first one. Ooh, and you know what that means, guys? You know what that means. We might have to do this before we start this sprint officially. We'll have to do a little dance party. But anyways, okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh, sorry. I always forget to turn on the clickety clicks. There we go. Yes. 35. Okay. Did anybody guess 35? Jade guessed 35. All right. Y'all know what to do. Jade, I'm going to fetch you a nice little trophy over on the main screen, friend. Okay. Very nicely done, guys. Jade, you got to check out some of these emojis. Let me throw them up here for you. Everyone gets so creative now with the kind of like gold star emojis. It's pretty cool to see. Thank you guys so much for supporting each other. It's really neat. Hi, GD. Welcome in, friend. You're just in time for a little dance party because Radiantly Mars hit 30K yesterday. So I'm going to give y'all a minute. Prepare your emojis. Take about 10 seconds or so. Get those emojis ready. And then we're gonna hit it. We're gonna cue the music. Oh, I see. Miley said, suspense for when I can start focusing on WWW again. When May's deadline comes, I am back. Listen. It's good to take a little break. All right. Here we go, friends. This one goes out to you, Radiantly Bars. Ah, yes. The twerking crickets make an appearance. Oh my gosh. I love everyone is so creative with these now. I love that you guys don't make me dance alone. Listen, gotta hit an ending pose. This has kind of become my go-to because it's just like, I don't know. It's a classic. You know, whenever you think of like the cliche classic dance pose, it's always like a young kid, like a 7-year-old boy in the sunglasses, and he's like this in like a cut off tee, you know, like a tee with the sleeves cut off and everything. I feel like it gives those kinds of vibes, you know? Gotta give the people what they want. Know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Radiantly Mars. Hi, Jen! Yes, we just had a dance party. Radiantly Mars hit 30K. Listen, you got to have a nice little punctuation mark on the end of it. Okay, that being said, I have 35 minutes queued up on the clock. Okay, I wish everyone the best of luck, and I'll see you on the other side. Here we go. right, everybody. We are back. Oh my gosh. Okay, that sprint, I gotta tell you guys, turned into a bit of a whirlwind. And I'm just gonna share this while you guys are writing. But basically, I came up with an idea to make a change to something in my chapter, and it will have a bit of a domino effect. But I think it's going to make the chapter a lot better, and I think it's going to really help the romance plot specifically. And I just think it's kind of cool, the idea. But I don't know. We'll see if I can make it work. I think on this next sprint, what I'm actually going to do is pull up my wiki again and sit and like write out almost like an outline for just that chapter, because I'll be making so many changes, like just moving stuff around and then adding in 2 new scenes, and altering a scene. Anyways, so I think I need to write it out to like see my train of thought and see if I like it or not. I already know I'm moving some stuff around in the first 6 chapters, and I have that written in my wiki, and I think I need to do the same thing for this chapter. I need to just write it out, see what's going to happen, so that then when I continue on with my red pen edit, I kind of know what's going to happen in this chapter, so I know what I have to build off of. It shouldn't totally throw the rest of the story or anything. I think it's just going to add like a whole nother layer of depth to the romance and make it more believable. But yeah, I need to make sure logistically it still makes sense and it's not going to trigger like a whole rewrite of the book, because I do not want to do that. So let's see how you all did. No worries, Ian. Welcome in, friend. Let's see. Radiantly Mars says, I didn't get any writing done, just hung out. Need to hop off soon to make dinner. No worries, Radiantly Mars. I hope you have a nice dinner. Beth got dinner in the oven. Very nice. Jade got 400 words in that sprint. That's awesome, Jade. Jen had to mess with my wonky old laptop. I feel that. I had to do a lot of work on my laptop about this time last year. So I feel you. Jervina said, goal is to get to 3,000 or more done, and they got 346 words this sprint, which leaves them at 1,022 words so far. Oh, great work. Good job, Jervina. Christina said, just got prepped to write, gathered my things, listening to the project playlist, ready for the next. Nice. Yeah, I actually have added quite a few songs, I will say, to my project's playlist over the last few days. I feel like I'm reaching a point in the project where a playlist did not seem to help me as much at the beginning, but now it's helping me more. You know, like, it's really nice having one. Is said, didn't get any writing done, but finished dishes by tricking myself. I felt better that I was. Didn't work out as well as I had hoped, but it still worked. Oh, I'm thinking of you. I really hope you feel better soon. Jeannie got a little bit of her proofreading course done. Oh, that's so awesome, Jeannie. Are you enjoying it overall? Miley 8 saved her library book from the water bottle fiasco in her book bag and is now making tea so she can get cracking. We love that, Miley. What kind of tea are you making? Bree says, I've been all over the place this sprint, but needed to get pen and paper. That makes sense. It tracks. Sometimes you gotta write it down. Sometimes typing it on a computer isn't enough. That's what I was handwriting a bunch of stuff on Post-it notes. And then once I got to the like 5th Post-it note, and I was like, all right, you gotta stop and you gotta just type this out on this is a job for a computer, you know? Jeannie said, does it feel like it could be a breakthrough plot line for you? Yeah, it feels like it would just give the romance like a lot more depth. I think it also makes another scene less superficial. And I think it would set up a future scene. I think it would just honestly all around add a lot more depth to the current dynamics. Yeah, that will then eventually hopefully shift by the end of they'll shift by the end of the book, but it just gives more depth and more reasoning to why the dynamics maybe are the way they are. Anyways, I think it'll be good. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, I think it will be a good vibe. Hi, Margo! Welcome. So happy to have you here, friend. Day said that was a food and chatting sprint for me, but I'm ready to lock in for the next sprint. Nice. Yeah, listen, the first one's always kind of a warm up, right? Like, it always is. Yes, welcome back, Margot. Miley says I'm having classic black with her spice blend, brown sugar, and a dash of milk. Oh, that sounds really good with brown sugar. That's awesome. Jeannie said, yeah, most of it is fairly basic so far, but it's been helpful to review these things that I haven't reviewed since school. Yeah, I definitely want to do some review once I reach that point. But I'm glad you're enjoying it, Jeannie. Yeah, I feel like once I write it out, I can confirm if it's an actual breakthrough or if it's like a false breakthrough. You know, sometimes I have these moments where you think you're having a brain blast, you think it's great in the moment, and then once you like write it out in order, you're like, this is actually going to throw off so many other parts of this book that it's not worth it. But I feel like I think it'll be good. Bree said, I have like 45 notebooks just to write random stuff down that may lead to nowhere. Hey, I don't have a notebook. I have a brain dump document, but it's a Google Sheet doc. And I think I've got like, I don't even know, like over 400 rows of notes. So I get it. And they're just like stuff that may not lead anywhere. That's just brain dump ideas. So I feel ya. All right. Shall we get over to the wheel? What do you all think? Or do you want to do a quick, we could do one trivia question before we spin the wheel. If you all care for a quick trivia break. Oh my gosh, Jeannie said, working on my current whip, I've come up with ideas for 2 more books. I feel like that is almost like par for the course, you know? Because like I, no joke, as I've been writing mine, have been like, ooh, I could do a spinoff with this character, and I could do a prequel and a sequel and a origin story, and like, you know, so they're not different story ideas, I guess, but I feel you on that, where you're just like, oh, now I kind of want to start writing this story. So yeah, that is a hazard of the profession, I suppose. All right, you guys are cool with trivia, so we'll do a couple. We'll do 1 or 2, and then we'll go spin the wheel. Oh, okay, interesting. What are the physical remains and effects of a saint called when preserved as a memorial? What are the physical remains and effects of a saint called when preserved as a memorial? Okay, so Margot did get this one right. It was relics. So Margot and Miley, a lot of you were pretty close. You were in the right ballpark. But yes, that one was relics. Oh, yay! Welcome back, Saoirse! Oh, nice. Okay, reliquaries. Yep. All right, let's go to the next question. Very well done, guys, because I would not have known that one. Okay, this one is like oddly specific. Prepare yourselves. What is the 4th largest city in the US? Again, what is the 4th, number 4, largest city in the US? I know. Some of these are trickier than others. I appreciate, by the way, guys, that you're not like Googling. So please do not feel self-conscious about guessing wrong. I promise you, if I was in the chat, I'd be guessing like every single question wrong, and I'm not exaggerating. So there's zero judgment here at all. Okay, so the correct answer, these were actually a lot of really great guesses, but the correct answer is actually Houston. So well done to Day and Jade. Very nicely done. But they honestly, all these guesses you guys are throwing out were pretty good guesses. Yeah, nope, yes way, Day. I'm not kidding. It was Houston. All right, let's do two more because this card's pretty good in general. Let's just finish this card and then we'll spin the wheel. We're moving pretty quickly with these too, so. All right, ready? In what girl group was the singer Beyonce Knowles a member from 1997 to 2005? In what girl group was the singer Beyonce Knowles a member from 1997 to 2005? All right, I'm proud of the chat on this one, I gotta say. Proud of the chat. Destiny's Child. Correctamundo, friends. That was a really, gosh, I remember listening to Destiny's Child on CD when I was little. Say my name, say my name. Know it, Christina. All right, let's go to the next one. Last one. What adjective describes a person who speaks two languages fluently? What adjective, this is the last question before we go to the wheel. What adjective describes a person who speaks two languages fluently? I know, you guys, oh, hold on. You guys were really on it, Saoirse. It was cool to see that one come in fast. Honestly, this one is much the same. Y'all are killing it. Bilingual. Well done, chat. Look at these winners in here. Oh, Felicity, you just missed it. That was the last one on this card, but we'll do another trivia on the next, bilingual too. We'll do another trivia on the next break. If you guys stick around and do some more writing. But that was, you guys killed that. That was great. No worries. I know you guys, I know what you meant, you know. Oh, very cool, Bree. Oh, I'm so glad you're having a good time, Dravina. Yeah, we have a fun time in here, I feel like, just hanging out on Tuesdays, Thursdays. All right, let's go on over to the wheel. Okay, you all know the drill. Take about the next 5 seconds to drop your guess in the chat as to which increment of time the wheel will land on. If anybody hits the nail on the head, we will spam the chat with gold stars in their honor, and I'll find them a nice little trophy, or fetch them a nice little trophy over on the main screen. Oh, was he really, Javita? Yeah, we love Cody over here. He's awesome. Yeah, wheel's a fun time. All right. 5, just in case anyone hasn't put their guess in yet, you got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. Ooh, another 35er. Very interesting. I don't think we've had 2 in a row in a minute. Let's see. And nobody guessed 35 that time, and I don't blame you. I don't think I would have necessarily placed my bet on a repeat. Interesting. I know. It gets close. I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten a Doom in a minute, because we've gotten the 1 hour. Well, I guess we haven't had a 1 hour in a while, but we've had the 55 for sure, and they're the same odds. Wheel of Doom, 55, and 1 hour all have the same odds, I believe. Trying to remember how I set this up. I know. It has been a minute since Doom. Yes, Doom is quite popular, Dravina. It takes us to a whole nother world, let's say. Cute little Dooms. Listen, we're only doing a 35er. There'll be another chance in 35 minutes, and you never know. Maybe the wheel is setting us up. It's going, we're going to give you a couple baby sprints, and then knock it out the park with a nice big doom, you know? Oh my gosh. Forever a hopeful doom. All right, well, let's pop on over and get the 35 set up. I may still have it set up. Oh, sorry, ignore that. Yeah, I do. Look at that. All right, and then let me give us one of our compasses because we earned it. Can't forget that. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Yeah, the wheel will keep us here all night if we're not careful, because we always do what the wheel says. Chaos wheel one day. Once a time is chosen, it disappears. Ooh, actually. Day, I love that idea, actually. Adding it to my idea doc. Pronto. Hold on. I'm going to just make a note of it now. But yeah, that'd be fun. Well, and I had put on my idea doc in the questionnaire that I did at the end of last year. I asked you guys, like, what is the longest sprint you would realistically stay for? And I think the longest was 4 hours. And originally I was going to do a wheel with like a bunch of longer, you know, sprints. What did we call it? Didn't we have a name for it too? It was like the Catherine wheel or something. So I guess that would be another option or way to do it, but I like this idea too. So I'm definitely going to add it to my little live stream idea sheet. Hold on, I promise I'll just write this down. I'd have to think about how I could do that, but I think I could probably figure it out. Doom is just try to give us a fun. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, cute little. Yeah, I definitely made a note of it, and everyone knows once it's in my idea sheet, there's a good chance it'll happen. Now, whether it happens anytime soon or not, that's the question, because I had this whole event planned for June, and I'm sitting here going, I don't know if I'm going to get that pushed out or not, because honestly, school's been kicking my butt. So we'll see. I'm going to still try to push it out. I may do like a modified version of it, but yeah, I definitely going to add the wheel of chaos idea from Day to my sheet. I try to fit in what I can, you know, rig it to Doom. Listen, I could just do, I have done a Wheel of Doom stream, which theoretically I could do a Wheel of Doom stream on my own, just like for fun. We could have a night that's just Wheel of Doom. That'd be pretty easy. We could do that. Yeah, the Catherine wheel. Yeah. Yeah, well, I definitely want to do the Writer's Coven again this year. I definitely want to do the Writer's Coven, and I think for that I think it was 2-hour windows. So I probably couldn't do it for the Halloween stream, but I like the idea. I like where you're going with that, Annie. But yeah, I definitely want to do the Writer's Coven is for sure 10,000% happening again. So whatever the first weekend in October is, I'll put out a side up sheet and you can do any kind of Halloween theme that you want. But it'll be a fun time. So I definitely already have some character stream ideas for the Writer's Coven. It's going to be a vibe. It's going to be a fun time. Let's see. Christina said it would have to be a special day. Yeah. Yeah. And I think I could potentially do it. I just need to kind of plan ahead. I would need to think about when to do that, to do just Wheel of Doom. Well, really, theoretically, I would probably need to have about 5 hours free. I could say we're only going to spin it twice, and then I'd be prepared if it landed on 2 hours in a row. Anyways, I'll think about it. I'll definitely consider it. Hello, Ember Base Cozy Corner. Welcome, welcome, friend. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely Doom Wheel Night. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a look at the calendar because yeah, it has been eluding us for some time. Writers Coven. It was so everybody did such a good job this past year. If you haven't seen it, I think I have the Writers Coven playlist on my page, but maybe not. I'll have to look into it. Maybe because I know I posted about it. But there's a whole playlist you can go back and watch where a bunch of writers and different like writer groups and stuff hosted streams on it was the first weekend in October last year, and everybody did different like themes or Halloween designs and stuff during their stream, and it was so fun. Writers Coven. Yeah, Writers Coven Doom Edition. That's true. That's true. Saoirse, you got to listen. I don't make the rules, but you know, got to. You could totally do Saoirse too. Well, I don't know. I guess it counts as Halloween, but you could do like a siren, or something like based off your book. You could do like a Halloween theme based around your book, Taste of Bliss. I don't know. Just saying. You could do, the world's your oyster. Yeah, no, that'd be a fun thing. Yeah, don't you think? It'd be pretty cool. It'd be a fun time. Oh, there you go, as a witch. Yep. Yeah. I think someone last year was going to do characters from there. I think Tanya maybe was going to do original characters from her. Or it wasn't just from her story. It was like she was going to do characters, like everyone come dressed as your OC, one of your OCs. But I think it'd be cool if you have a book out, you could say like, pick one of my characters and come dress like in character. I think it'd be super fun. Yeah, see, self promo hack. That's what I think too. But yeah, and we'll see for the Writers Coven this year, because I know last year, I think we had every slot taken, and some of us doubled up, but not everybody. But I think we had nearly every slot taken. So if it fills up, maybe we'll do 2 weekends in a row if we have to, or like add some slots on weeknights leading up to it or something. We'll figure it out, but we'll start with just the first weekend in October. But if that maxes out, we'll spread out. Listen, you gotta write it down, Saoirse. I'm telling you. I love that you're writing it down. Cosplay and drag queen stream. 100%. 100%. All right. So we spun the wheel. We got 35. I have 35 minutes queued up. Okay. I wish everyone the best of luck. We're gonna, take the time necessary to write our bestsellers, right? And then we'll reconvene for some trivia and good vibes. Okay. Good luck, everybody, and I will see you on the other side of 35. Here we go. have to tell you guys, I really wish my camera was... I have it taped up to my monitor now because when I was doing my proctored testing for school, I didn't want to risk it like falling and it would kind of fall a lot. So I taped it up there, but I kind of wish right now that it wasn't taped so I could show you that Walter, I'm not even going to say his name, but you could probably see his ear at like the very corner of the screen, but he's like fast asleep right here. And this is the dream that I've been fighting for. I have been wanting him to sleep in this corner of the desk for so long because that means I can actually work and he can be by me and, you know, we all win. Also, while you guys are dropping your progress in the chat, I will say I just want to remind everyone because I feel like it looks like I'm slacking, I feel like, or going slow on outlining this chapter, but keep in mind this chapter is almost 12,000 words as it stands. It's going to get subdivided, you know, but right now it's at 12,000 and I'm like adding to it and stuff. So everything in pink is new. And I have finally caught up to where I was at when I had the kind of like idea or brain blast or whatever you want to call it. So I am making progress and it's still going to be a minute. I did not realize how much I packed into this chapter, even with it being 12,000 words. There's so much packed in here. So anyways, I'm doing my best to list it out and like track everything to make sure that these changes will work. But anyways, I just don't want anyone to like look at my screen and see that I'm moving slow and be like, oh my God, Evelyn is struggling, which I am kind of struggling. But just want to reinforce that progress is being made. It's just, you know, slow and steady. Okay, let me check in with you guys now. Okay. Oh, Sarita's in the chat, ladies and gents. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sarita. So happy to have you in here. Missed you. Jervina says, made tea for energy and wrote another 336 words. Feels great as I was on a slump for a while now. Oh, that's awesome, Jervina. Miley will tell you, tea can be magical. And I don't drink as much tea at home, but I will say when I have my writing dates with Sarah Jane, we have blueberry tea together. We always have the same drink. And it does help. So I'm glad that it's working its magic on you, Jervina. Yeah, he's a cutie. He's a cute, but I'm just so happy that he's like here next to me where he wants to be, but he's also out of my way enough that I can get work done. Because he initially laid across my book and I was like, that's not gonna work, buddy. Margot showered, ate a cherry moya. I have never heard of that. And did some thinking on additions to draft 5. Exciting. That was really productive, Margot. Jen wrote 169 words and is starting. Oh, and says starting new chapters are like pulling teeth for me. Same. That's definitely one of my notes I've noticed in revisions is I was like, okay, well, I'm going to keep this vague, but basically I feel like a lot of my chapters for a certain stretch of time, at least, all started like in a similar way. They were from different POVs, but they all started a similar way. And I was like, girl, you gotta fix this. You gotta course correct. So that's definitely something I'm gonna have to tackle too at some point. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, he's a cutie. Yeah, he's a sweet boy. 180 words, Ron. That's awesome. Oh, Walter says hi too, Rod. Oh, thanks, Margot. Yeah, it's probably just me being hard on myself more than anything, but yeah, I feel like I've been working on this chapter forever, and I feel like I'm coming off as a bad writer, but I just really know I think this is going to be my biggest problem chapter, so I'm glad I'm like taking the time to work through it. It's just slow going, you know? But I appreciate very much the kind words, Margot, and the like encouragement, you know? Day said, I'm not sure how many words, but I reached the midpoint. Still needs to be fleshed out a bunch, but the basics are there. Oh, congrats, Day. That's awesome. Thanks, Sarita. Bree says, made my lunch for tomorrow, drew a bit and wrote a bit, getting more ideas out. That's so exciting, Bree. That's great progress. That's true, Margot. That's a good point. That's true. Nice. Sirsha finished dinner and then went for a walk. You know, I was thinking today where I'm at, it was like beautiful weather today. And I was like, you know what? My butt needs to go outside for walks more often. I really need to make that a priority because between writing and school, I'm literally just at a desk like all day. And it's a bit much. Your girl needs to go touch grass, as the kids say, every once in a while. Beth ate dinner. Oh, it's awesome, Beth. Alex says, slow and steady is good. It means you're letting the word steep like a tea. Oh, I love that visual, Alex, actually. I love that. Thanks, Christina. I think it's just because you guys can see what I'm doing that I get like self-conscious about it a little bit, but thanks, Ian. I know there's not. I'm being silly. I'm just being dramatic, I think, because I know you guys are not judgmental at all. Christina added 14 words to her whip that time. Let's go, Christina. That's awesome. We love to see it, Christina. 14 words is 14 more than you had before, right? Felicity wrote 387 words and finally patched a gap in a chapter that she's been avoiding for weeks. That is a great feeling. That is a great feeling when you find a patch. Whew. Nothing better. Christina said, which is great because I deleted a lot of it. See, and that's the thing. It's so hard when you're quantifying your progress with word counts, which we all do, you know, but deleting words is definitely part of the process too, 100%. Miley said, tea is magical. That feeling of a first sip of a good cup, the ritual of making it, there's nothing like it on earth. Now, I challenge you this, Miley. I raise you this. Making chocolate milk is pretty sweet too. Just throwing it out there. As a chocolate milk lover, it's a pretty sweet process as well. Thanks, Jed. I'm still writing new chapters and organizing this dang thing. I just want to do fun. I know. Well, and that's what I think I'm like. I just want the storyline to be completely, and it is for the most part. Like, honestly, even the changes I'm making here are just, I'm more so like adding scenes than anything. But yeah, I'm ready for the storyline to be cemented. And I'm kind of reaching a point too where I think I'm kind of longing to share it with beta readers, but I also know I don't want to share the version that it is now. So that's like what's hard, you know. It's like you want to share it with people because you want to get feedback, but you don't want feedback on what's on the paper in front of you at the moment. You're like, I know I need to push through this last little hurdle. Because I think if I have a draft 2, I could send that out to share with people, but not a draft 1, you know? So Miley said, I had to do a lot of logistical thinking on that sprint and also finally got back into Critical Role. So I had that on while I worked. What is Critical Role? That seems to ring a bell to me. Is that a D&D thing, Miley? Because I really feel like I've heard of that before. We have another Christina in the chat. Welcome, Christina. Christina, the writer, got about 300 words of brainstorming and brain dumping and feels good. Nice. Yeah, we were talking earlier how I love the brainstorming, like brain dumping phase. It's great. Okay, good. Okay. I've definitely heard of this. So very cool. That's awesome, Miley. Yeah, I'm so happy to not have to look at that chapter again until drafting. It's the D&D show. Is this just on YouTube, Miley? Because I can't remember. For some reason, I thought it was on Twitch, but maybe not. Because I think I've seen shorts of it. Maybe that's where I know it from. On Twitch too. Okay. I'm just making a note because you guys know the last thing I need is another hobby, but I swear the D&D thing, people are really, and I mean this in a good way. Like, so many people have told me that I'd love it that I kind of want to, like, you know, it doesn't hurt to like watch the show, right? Right, guys? Just watch the show. That's as far as I'm going to go with it. That's as far as I'll go. I'll just watch it. I don't need to participate. You know, I'll try not to, as long as I don't get addicted, it'll be okay. On Twitch too. Okay. All the backlogs of episodes are on YouTube. Ooh, and they stream there, but it's Twitch centered. Gotcha. It's cool that they have all the backlogged like episodes though, so I could like go back and start from the beginning. There's a new campaign that started recently, known for having hundreds of long episodes in the older. Ooh, yeah, definitely gonna watch it. D&D would be so much fun. I have dice, but that's yeah. Yeah, if you get involved, it can be addictive. Yeah. I think I've told you guys this, but I have a friend, a really close friend, who her husband actually like 3D prints his characters and then like hand paints them with, I don't know what, I forget what the glasses are called, but they're like glasses where he has his initial lenses and then he's got like 3 different tiers of lenses that can pop down from that main lens so he could see like it's like really magnified. It's, I don't know, it's really epic. And he plays once a week, I think, with like a regular group. And my workplace used to play once a week and it was like hardcore. But yeah, I never got into it because I knew I would be obsessed and I was like, it's not going to go well for me. Does hurt to watch the show. You will get addicted and I'm still urging you to do it. Yeah, Miley and Hannah, I feel like you guys are some of the people who have told me the most often, like Miley and Hannah Grace Fletcher on YouTube also. If you haven't checked her out, you definitely should. But you guys within this community are some of the people that have urged me the most. You're like, I think you'd really like it. You know, one shot's based on, ooh, that's cool. Jeweler's glasses. That makes sense, Alex. That really makes sense. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. And especially with 3D printing it too. It's pretty great. It's very admirable. It's really cool. Okay. That being said, let's pop on over to the wheel. Oh, and you know what? Before we do that, just to make sure I don't forget, let me give us another compass up here so we're keeping track of how much we've done here. All right, but let's pop over to the wheel. And you all know the drill here. Take about 5 seconds, drop those guesses in the chat as to what increment of time the wheel will land on. If anybody hits the nail on the head, we will spam the chat with gold stars in their honor, and then I will fetch them a nice little trophy over on the main screen. Oh, Jervina asked for trivia. I tell you what, after we spin the wheel, Jervina, when we go back over, I'll give you guys 2 trivia questions. 2 trivias. But only 2, because we have yapped for a minute, so... Whispers too. Tis true. I did promise trivia. We'll do 2 questions. Felicity said, I used to paint the Warhammer minis, but spent longer doing that than actually playing it. I believe it. I think he does it as like a, I think he considers it like very, like relaxing to do somehow, you know? So, all right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. $55. You know, we've hit that 55 sucker a few times, but not quite Doom. Damn. We'll do a Wheel of Doom stream soon, guys, because I know we've been waiting for it for a bit. We'll do a Wheel of Doom stream. I'll look at my calendar. We'll find a time to make it happen because it has been eluding us. Or we'll use Day's idea and start knocking increments of time out. I'll figure it out. If that is easily doable for me, like if I'm able to do that in a streamlined way, I got to look at my wheel and how it's set up and figure out how to do that. But if I can figure it out, we can definitely do that. So we'll see. But let's see. Did anybody guess 55? No! Interesting. So last time and this time. Not quite. Wow. Okay. Well, we got a cute 55. We'll take it. We'll take it, right? Oh, ignore that. My bad. My bad. Let me get the 55 queued up and then we'll get trivia going. Perf. All right. Yeah, we do get this is true, Alex. You get trivia as compensation. Look, can we count this as compensation for the 5 minutes that got, lost between the 55 and the Wheel of Doom increment? Right? Because we would have at least had an hour. But let's see. We'll do, okay. We'll do 2 questions. Ready? How many legs does an ant have? How many legs does an ant have? Okay. Correct answer is 6. Well done, friends. But yeah, I don't blame anyone who said other numbers. I would have had to think about that too for a minute. I would have had to have thought about that too. Okay, I would not know this one. So we'll see how many of you get it. Ready? Oh, I'm sorry, Sarita. Maybe refresh the page real quick. I'll wait a second. Take a second to refresh the whole page and make sure you're caught up, and then I'll try it. I know, but I feel bad. I know, I feel bad. All right. Yeah, just refresh the page. We're waiting like 5 seconds, and then I'll do the next question. Oh my God, Walter just yawned and put the very smallest, ittiest bit of his paw on my arm, and I'm just about to pass out from how cute it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, out of live. Interesting. Assumed it was a trick question. He really is. He's such a sweetheart. Okay, Sarita's back. All right, here we go. Next one. What currency is used in Russia? What currency is used in Russia? And I bet some of you will know this, but I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't have known. Vodka. That was pretty funny. Sarita said vodka too. Kroner, I've never heard of Kroner. Good job, guys. So the correct answer was ruble. Very nicely done. I know that I wouldn't have known that one, honestly. It's still rubles. Now, I will tell you, I have no way of knowing how old this game is. I mean, it doesn't look that old. Like, the cards look pretty modern, but maybe it has changed. But according to the cards, it is rubles. Russian detective show. And you know what, Miley, with this, what's so funny is I really can't tell if you're cracking a joke or if you actually watch a Russian detective show, because you're so eclectic and cool. I feel like you totally would be the kind of person that actually watches a Russian detective show. What that sounds like. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so the card may be correct. All right, I'm going to save the other 2 questions. Ooh, and the last one is a good one. Okay, but I'm going to save the questions, the last 2, for the next break. All right, friends? Okay. And this actually, we'll see where we end. Oh, vodka. Ooh, okay. So I was saying vodka when it's vodka. Okay. Oh, I definitely do. It's called Detective Anna, and it's amazing. Ghost Historical Murders. Ooh, that sounds cool. Oh, vodka. Okay. For a minute there, usually I can catch your guys' typos, but I thought, oh, maybe vodka really is some sort of currency, and I just haven't heard of it, I'm also writing down this show that Miley just said, Detective Anna. because that actually does sound kind of right up my alley. The ghost thing may be too scary for me, but we'll see. I know, that's what I was just thinking. Still rubles. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Now we have 55 minutes on the clock. This may, I'm not gonna promise, okay, but this might be the last stream of the night. So I just want to kind of let everyone know so that you're prepared, okay? But at the end of this sprint, I will give you 2 more trivias before we like end for the night, okay? So just FYI, I won't forget. Don't let me forget. But otherwise, best of luck, everyone. I'll see you on the other side of 55. Here we go. Okay, everybody, and just like that, we are back, Jack. So I actually finished outlining the rest of the chapter. Well, at least I outlined the majority of it. There's not too much new stuff in here right now. These 2 points down here are new, and I need to thread them into here. So that will probably be my next step the next time I get to work on it. But good progress was made. And honestly, I realized that I like a lot of this chapter more than I maybe realized the first time through. So I have to really decide how much, if I really want to put the new stuff in and risk losing some of the stuff that's here, or how can I thread the new stuff in without risking too much of the stuff that's here. So we'll see. I'll have to think that over. But let's see how y'all did. And yes, Walter is sitting right in front of me, by the way. He has moved. Yeah, you moved. So he eventually sat on my book, so I had to move my book over here. So I was like reading sideways and then typing here. It was so weird. But anyways. Margot annotated 21 pages of draft 4 and is now going to make a snack. Ooh, we love to see that, Margot. Nice little snack rooney dooney. Beth got 1,844 words transcribed. That's awesome. Miley says, things were happening with my favorite character in C2. So I was very distracted. Oh my gosh. Valid, Miley. Jen got 626 words that time. Oh, awesome. Jervina got a total of 1,511 words so far tonight, with not many on the last sprint. She accidentally deleted the whole thing, but got it back. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. This section is more sewing parts together than a fresh chapter. Okay. So we're kind of in a similar boat, you and I. Alex said, I finally have gotten through all the notes I made while writing the first draft. Now I get to hunt down all the names I used throughout the book. Oh my gosh. Hunt down all the names. Wow. Yeah, that's why I have like a super thick name doc. I actually need to go back in. I need to finalize some of my names for characters that are like pretty far on the side, you know? And then compare it to my color-coded like alphabet column and everything. I got some work to do on my names. Christina wrote 114 words and is trying to figure out how to start this new scene. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I saw all these emojis pop up and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, that's nice, Saoirse. Saoirse did a knitting sprint that time around. Awesome. Ian said, writing the preliminary interviews for the people who found the body in book 7. Fun. Oh, that's cool. We're almost 7K into this thing, coming along. Wow, that's awesome, Ian. You're killing it. 7K. That's huge. Saoirse. Oh, I got you. No worries. Ron said, not much writing, mostly planning. Planning is totally part of it. As you can see, I'm doing the same thing. I'm sitting here just kind of sketching out what I need to fix in my writing. Yeah, C2 I've never heard of either. I need to get hip to all these shows that you guys watch, man. I'm telling you. You guys are way cooler than I am. I feel like a lot of the stuff I watch is pretty mainstream. I don't know about any of this stuff. But luckily I've got an in with you guys, you know, through the writing group. So I'll just over time have to get hip to it all. All right. Do we want to do 2 more trivia questions before we cap off the stream? Oh, okay. I was kind of wondering if it was Critical Role, and then I was like, I don't want to sound like an idiot if I guess. Okay. Well, still sounded like an idiot. My bad. Sorry, guys. Oh, gosh. Okay, perfect. All right. Let's do the last 2 questions. Everyone ready for the first one? Now, No, that totally makes sense. And now I'll know what you're referring to. That's true. That's true. Definitely just learning. Okay. All right. I've got to be nicer to myself because you guys are like so on this. It's really sweet. Okay. I'm going to try to reel it in. Anyways. Okay. First question. What do you call the nose of a horse? What do you call the nose of a horse? Fun fact, I would not have known this one. We'll talk about it once the answers come in. What do you call the nose of a horse? Okay, so the correct answer is actually... I know. Where's Vic when you need her? Yeah, this would have been a Vic question for sure. But the correct answer is muzzle. Muzzle. Which actually, I probably would have thought like snout or something. I always thought the muzzle was referred to like just the leather, strap or whatever, the straps that kind of go around the horse's nose, but I guess not. You'll learn something new every day. Snuzzle. You know what? Someone needs to make snuzzle happen. I feel like that's a word waiting to happen. All right. Now here's a good one. Here is a good one. This last question. Miley's right. Oh, is snuzzle a real thing? Is that what it's called? Was I just making a joke about a word that actually exists? Hold up. Oh, no. It does say that it is a word, though, I guess. Snuzzle is an intransitive or transitive verb, often used in British dialects, meaning to snuggle, nestle, or nuzzle closely and comfortably. So it does kind of exist, it looks like. No, it's okay. Isn't that interesting, though? You learn something new all the time. Okay, here's the last one. In what classic arcade game do you steer a figure gobbling dots and prizes while being chased by monsters named Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and Clyde? I'll repeat the question as you all answer. In what classic arcade game do you steer a figure gobbling dots and prizes while being chased by monsters named Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and Clyde? Yeah, this one was a crowd fave, I figured. Pac-Man, winna chicken dinners. You got it. That was awesome. Yeah, which, by the way, how did I not know that the monsters' names were... I think I knew about Blinky, Inky, and Pinky, but I did not know that there's Clyde as like a total random monster. Like, that name does not fit in. Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and then Clyde. Pac-Man! I know, isn't that so funny, Christina? I caught on the same thing. I was like, that's a hoot. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I'm going to save... Actually, we have another card. Let's see, did we finish this card off? Because I have it tucked in as if it's not finished off. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this one I will save because it's got 3 more questions on it. So I don't want to do that one just yet. We'll save that one for next time and finish that off at the top of the hour. If it only had like 1 more on it, I would have done it now. Ooh, Clyde is the designated driver for the monster. Oh my god, someone needs to write that as a story. Someone needs to write some Pac-Man fan fiction. I bet you know what? I bet it exists already somewhere. I bet it exists already. Rhyme. What the hell? Yeah, that is really funny. Pac-Man. Yeah, good job, Ron. Let's see. I know. Yeah, I'm so sure too. Starbird. Yeah, poking fun at my joke or my mistake from last time. Oh my gosh. Favorite research. Quick, someone check out. I'm telling you, I bet it exists. I'd be shocked if it didn't. And if it doesn't, someone should definitely write it because I feel like that would do numbers with a certain demographic, you know? Oh my gosh. All right, well, let me give us our last little compass because we've definitely earned it. And then I think we're gonna call it for tonight. Oh shit, I just clicked a random comment. So I think we're gonna call it for tonight. I don't think I have any other housekeeping other than I'll be here Thursday. So be sure to check in with me then. And yeah, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be brave, be a light. Remember that you are so loved. And I will see y'all around the internet. Bye, guys.